In this practical camping video, I'll discuss 3 things you need to know about portable fridges. Number 1, when to consider buying a portable fridge. Number 2, the advantages of having a portable fridge. And number 3, how to pick the right fridge. So, when should you consider buying yourself a portable fridge? When we go in the outdoors, we need a way to store and preserve the food. And if it's short term, then a lot of people are happy to take non-perishable food like canned food, noodles, long life milk, etc., etc. If you stay for longer, like a couple of days or so, then you'd normally buy a cooler or an esky here in Australia, or better yet, an ice box. However, if you plan to go away for longer periods of time, or maybe you're traveling to remote areas, or maybe you've got medication that requires refrigeration, or maybe you just don't like eating canned food, then that's the time you need to consider getting yourself one of these, a portable fridge. Next up is the advantage of having a portable fridge. And personally for me, the main advantage is that we can take fresh, healthier food with us. Fresh meat, fish, vegetables, fresh produce. I've got 2 young kids. It's great to be able to take yogurt and dairy for them for breakfast. The other advantage is that you don't need to muck around with ice. Ice melts, becomes slushy, it causes your food to become soggy if it gets wet. Another advantage is space and weight. Yes, space and weight. With an icebox or an esky, you need to buy this big of an icebox or an esky to be able to take this much food, because a third or half of it would probably be ice to keep the food cool. Whereas for the same amount of food, you don't need a fridge that big. You just need a fridge this big, because you've got a compressor cooling it, no more ice. Weight. Ice, water is heavy. So you are now giving up that weight, and the compressor within the fridge adds up to the weight, but it's nowhere as heavy as the ice in your esky or your icebox. And lastly, unlike the fridge, every time you open the lid, you introduce warm air into the box, and there's no compressor like the fridge to then cool that warm air. Meaning the more you open the lid, the shorter the shelf life becomes of your food. Now, number 3, how to pick the right fridge. Fridges nowadays come with a whole lot of technology in them. For example, you can check and control the temperature of your fridge via a smartphone or a portable device while you're driving, which is really handy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great. It's amazing. But see, these are the features that you can live without. But personally, I think there are 3 things that a good fridge should have. Now, I'm not here to tell you which brand is the best, which fridge is the best. I don't want to spark an argument. But I'm here to tell you the 3 things that I think a good fridge should have, right? There are a few good brands out there. Good brands, better brands than the others in terms of reliability and durability. But it's up to you to decide depending on your budget and all sorts of things as well. But number 1, I think a good fridge should have a really good compressor. That's the heart of your fridge. The compressor needs to be a good known, good quality compressor to withstand all that beating, corrugations, vibrations, keep your food cool. Just imagine if you're away out in a remote area and your compressor fails and your food goes stale. It could be a disaster. You run out of food. Number 2 that a good fridge should have is a really good overall build quality. One that's got either a metal case or good construction, hard plastic, really tough to protect it from all the beating, especially if you go off-road or if you put your fridge outside of your vehicle on a tray, on a ute tray or something, then it needs to take that hard beating, the sun, the weather and everything. And for example, even the design of the fridge, take the cooling system for example, it needs to have a good thought of cooling system to cool that compressor. It's like a laptop computer. Some brands are better in regards to designing the cooling system of a laptop, and some laptops tend to get really hot, and with any electronic component, heat shortens the life of it. That's why other laptops last longer than the other ones, because they've got better cooling, better thought of design. Good insulation. just like an S-key or an ice box, the better the insulation, the more efficient the fridge is, because it stores all that cold air in and keeps all that warm air out. And last but not the least is buying a fridge with really good warranty support. You want to buy from a reputable company, and preferably a warranty that will cover you something like nationwide. Especially if you travel to remote areas around the country, then you want to be able to get good support, get the fridge swapped out, covers you wherever you are in the country. You want to get your food, up and running and go back to your overlanding travel as soon as you can. So I'm just going to share with you the fridge that we have. It's Fridge Freezer. It's a 42-liter premium fridge from Ridge Rider, and it's made by Evercool. And if you know, Evercool is a really good, reliable, reputable brand here in Australia. So this fridge, for example, is one that ticks all the boxes that, whatever I just mentioned before. It's got a really good construction, good compressor from Evercool, good sturdy construction, metal construction, and a really heavy-duty lid. It's got a sturdy handle that you can turn into a strap-down point when you strap down your fridge. It's got basic stuff like your LED light so you can see at night, obviously. It's got a couple of mesh dividers to help organize your food. It's got good insulation. The bag, I highly recommend. It's sold separately, but I highly recommend you get the bag as well. It makes a huge difference, especially if you put your fridge in the back of your vehicle or even outside on the U-tray where it's exposed to full sun or whatever. That makes a huge difference in keeping your fridge cool and running efficiently. In terms of warranty, it covers you for 2 years nationwide warranty. So you can be driving all around Australia, have an issue, there's super cheap branches all around Australia, so that support's there for you. So it ticks all the boxes, and most importantly for me, price point wise, it's not as expensive as the top of the range premium fridges, but it does tick all the boxes. So price point, it gives you that really good value for money. If you like what you've seen, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications of any new videos we put up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.